the United States, most men can remember the last compliment they got. Exactly where, exactly when. That's not confidence. That's curiosity. I am A.R. Hashmi. I have spent years researching how our brains trick us. And one of the quietest ways it happens is through something as small as compliment. Your brain doesn't measure connection by truth. It measures it by frequency. By the end of this video, you will understand why compliments affect men and women so differently, why loneliness is rising among US men even when nothing looks wrong on the surface, and how your brain quietly turns social signals into emotional pain without you realizing it. You are going through your day, working, showing up, doing what's expected, and almost no one says anything. No feedback, no recognition, just silence. At first, it feels normal, but over time, something shifts. You start wondering, am I doing enough? Does any of this matter? Here's what's happening. The brain uses social feedback as evidence of value, not logically, biologically. And in modern American life, men receive far fewer of these signals, while women receive more, but often tied to appearance. So the brain builds two different realities. One feels constantly evaluated, the other feels quietly invisible. Both create stress. Now imagine this. You finally get compliment. It's small, quick, almost casual, but it sticks with you for days, sometimes years. That's not sensitivity. That's how the brain responds to rarity. When something is scarce, the brain assigns it more meaning. It stores it deeper because it doesn't expect it again. So instead of building steady confidence, you get spikes. Short moments of validation followed by long gaps of nothing, and those gaps, the brain fills them with doubt. So why not just fix it? Why don't people compliment more? Because the rules changed. In many US workplaces and social settings, compliments became risky, especially around appearance. They can be misread, misinterpreted, sometimes even punished. So the brain adopts, better to stay silent than say the wrong thing. And over time, that silence becomes culture, not intentional, but reinforced. Now layer biology on top. Your brain bonds using oxytocin. It's the chemical that creates warmth, trust, connection. But under stress, male biology does something different. Testosterone suppresses oxytocin. So instead of moving toward pupil, the brain shifts into problem-solving mode. Fix it, handle it, deal with it alone. While many women's brains under similar stress increase the drive to connect. This is often called tend and befriend. Two stress responses, same word, completely different direction. Now place this inside American life. Long work hours, performance pressure, less community, more independence, and fewer casual social moments. So what happens? Less feedback, less bonding, less reinforcement, and the brain interprets that as connection is not available. That's the real trigger. Not being alone, but believing you have to be. If you have ever felt like your effort goes unnoticed, or like connection feels harder than it should, just notice that. No need to fix it right now. But here's where people misunderstand this completely. They assume more attention always feels better. It doesn't. Because frequency changes everything. If attention is rare, it feels valuable. If it's constant, unpredictable, and sometimes unwanted, it feels stressful, even threatening. So while one brain is thinking, I wish I get more of this, and other is thinking, I wish this world stopped. Same signal, different nervous system response. And most people never see the gap because they judge other experiences using their own wiring. So, what does all of this mean? It means loneliness is not just about personality, it's not just behavior, it's a pattern your brain learns from the environment, from what it receives and what it doesn't. Some brains are constantly pulled toward connection, others have to work against their own chemistry to reach it. And in modern medical life, that gap is getting wider, not smaller. So the next time you feel invisible or overwhelmed by attention, don't rush to judge it. Just ask yourself, what has my brain been trained to expect? Because nothing is wrong with you. Your brain is just trying to protect you in a world it wasn't designed for.